FEMA sent almost $60 million of taxpayer money last week to New York to house illegals here at nice hotels like the Roosevelt Hotel, which is on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. DHS, which oversees FEMA, is now, demanded an investigation into this, saying that the individuals who did this circumvented leadership, unilaterally made this payment, and that they will be fired, that money, quote, is meant for American disaster relief. This is actually quoting Elon Musk, and instead is being spent on high-end hotels for illegals. A clawback demand will be made today to recoup those funds. President Trump signed an EO during his first week to create a council to review FEMA operations and root out political bias. The Daily Mail reporting this morning that the woman who did it, and I think the 3 aides working for her who made it happen, have now all been fired. But that's direct insubordination, and it's a lot of money, and it makes complete sense for Trump to say, we're not using FEMA relief aids while people in North Carolina are suffering to house illegals in Manhattan.
There's a suicidal instinct in the current Democratic Party that has created this opening, and Trump has just walked into it, and he's benefiting from it. On the specific FEMA point with the Roosevelt Hotel, that is a perfect example of how many people in the bureaucracy have come to see themselves. This myth that was developed over time and that is so often parroted by the press, that the executive branch within itself has separation of powers or checks and balances, that the Department of Justice or the FBI are independent. When you accept that false premise, you get to this point at which bureaucrats who operate at the pleasure of the president, who is the only elected official in whom power is vested, can make decisions on their own judgment. They can't. They exist to do what the president wants them to do. Now, that is not the same thing as saying that the president has unlimited power. Of course he doesn't, because Congress has most of the power. But when it comes to decisions such as that one, the president gets to make that call. So these people should be fired. There should be an example made of them so that it doesn't happen again. That money should be clawed back. And anyone who complains about it should be given an 8th grade civics lesson. This is not how our government works. Trump has been abundantly clear on this. There's no ambiguity. He issued these orders on day 1 or day 2 of the new administration. It is just crazy to me that there are people in the government who think they have the authority to spend $59 million against the wishes of the guy who's in charge.